When Zhu Yan won first place in the fashion design contest, she was so overjoyed that she got drunk, and that night, she and Shen Haoming shared an intimate moment. Just as their relationship was making great progress, Steve suddenly planted seeds of doubt, bringing everything back to square one. After Zhu Yan's victory in the King Lan Cup fashion design contest, they celebrated happily with a feast. That night, after drinking too much, Zhu Yan and Shen Haoming grew closer and spent the night together. By the next morning, their feelings had taken a big leap forward. Even Madame Yulan accidentally discovered them holding hands in public, and she couldn't contain her joy. Yulan seized every chance to help, from inviting Zhu Yan to breakfast to urging her son to take the initiative, afraid he might miss the best chance to reconcile. To create more opportunities, she even used the excuse of celebrating Shen's recent horse riding award, inviting Zhu Yan over for a party at home. But Zhu Yan was too busy and wanted to check her schedule. Haoming stepped in and asked his mother to respect Zhu Yan's decision. Yulan was left in an awkward spot, torn between anger and worry at her son. Later, when only the two of them were in the car, both recalled the previous night and felt shy. Haoming deliberately found a topic to break the silence, saying his mother had always been pushy and never considered others' feelings. But Zhu Yan disagreed. She felt being straightforward was better than people who pretended and hid things. Her words left Haoming speechless, and Zhu Yan burst into laughter. Just then, Zhu Yan heard that Mr. and Mrs. Balakan had arrived. Mrs. Kim, who adored Zhu Yan, invited her for a meal. The two had been warm and close, but the very next day, Zhu Yan turned cold. She avoided Haoming, her frosty expression leaving him puzzled. It turned out Steve had not given up. He secretly approached Zhu Yan, claiming that Haoming's care and tenderness were all an act to maintain the marriage. According to him, Balakan had given Haoming a 3-month deadline. If he divorced within that time, their business partnership would be cancelled. Even though Zhu Yan could feel Haoming's sincerity, the timing seemed too coincidental, and doubts gnawed at her heart. Later, when the Balakans left, Zhu Yan even caught a reporter secretly snapping photos, which only deepened her suspicions. She directly asked Haoming if the 3-month deadline was real, and he didn't deny it. Zhu Yan forced herself to stay calm, telling him their goal had already been achieved, so there was no need to keep acting. Haoming was agitated, insisting that everything between them was real. But when Zhu Yan pointed at the reporter, saying that further quarrels would only fuel unwanted photos, Haoming hurriedly explained. The reporter wasn't hired by him. Chen Lin had already erased all the pictures. The reason he hadn't exposed it right away was because he wanted to see what the other party truly wanted. Still, Zhu Yan refused to listen. She only reminded him to beware of Steve, saying that Steve had approached her multiple times and urged Haoming to investigate. She considered this her way of repaying a favor. Haoming understood that she still held doubts, and he could only try to comfort her in disappointment. But in truth, Zhu Yan still didn't fully understand who he really was. Before leaving, she bluntly said that from now on, she would openly accept his help since they were both adults. If they couldn't be husband and wife, they could at least be friends. Those very words kept Haoming awake the whole night. He even asked his assistant who he really was, the young President Shen of Jinda, or just Shen Haoming. His assistant thought he'd lost his mind and urged him to get some rest. Around that time, they planned to invest in a project in King Shui village, hoping it would also give him a chance to relax. At first, he didn't want to go, but then he remembered Zhu Yan had once said she would visit King Shui village to learn natural dyeing techniques. Suddenly, he grew eager. He had no idea that King Shui village would become the turning point in their relationship.